Hi everyone, Carol here. I am the editor of NOSH, and I'm at the Plant-Based Foods Pavilion at the Winter Fancy Food Show. I'm joined by Aylon Steinhart, who is the co-founder and CEO of Eclipse Foods. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Absolutely.
So tell us about the company. What is Eclipse?
So Eclipse makes plant-based dairy products that are indistinguishable from their animal counterparts. The way we're able to do that, because it's a big claim, is we have a milk that functions like dairy milk. So in the same way that you would use a dairy milk to create an ice cream or a cheese or a cream cheese, you use our milk for that same process.
Now, your first product is an ice cream. How did you settle on ice cream as where you wanted to sort of plant the flag for the company?
You bring up a good point, because once we created this functional milk, we were really able to make any dairy product. We said, what should we do? And we prototyped dozens of different products. And it was a difficult choice of like, well, where do we actually start, right? Because you can't do everything at the same time. And we decided on ice cream for a few reasons. The first, we're a new brand, and so we want something that people really fall in love with. And there are very few food groups that people are so fanatical about that they would wait outside in freezing weather for. And people did that. We achieved that actually at our Oddfellows launch in New York. New Yorkers are crazy. The second reason is that ice cream is center of plate, right? So in dairy, most products are the co-star. Like people go for cereal and milk, bagel and cream cheese, but ice cream is actually something that you go for. And then the last thing is the opportunity for food service ice cream is huge. So we sell through food service. Turns out that ice cream purchased outside the home is a larger market, $15.7 billion, than ice cream purchased for in-home consumption. And so when we looked at that, outside the home, there was barely any competition and not a single plant-based option that was branded and was indistinguishable from dairy. And so we said, of course, that's where we're going to play and we're going to blow it up.
You sort of touched upon the fact that you guys launched in food service. It's a strategy that we've seen other plant-based food companies like Impossible Foods do. Why did you decide to go with food service first, beyond just the market opportunity?
In order to truly prove that this product is amazing and to have it stand out from all the other products that exist, that model of going to the top of the top in terms of the flavor makers, the people who truly understand these products, made a tremendous amount of sense. Really, being able to bring the product, handing that over to the best of the best, and them saying, wow, Eclipse has done all the hard work. All I have to do is make ice cream and it comes out incredible. Like, that shows that this product truly is revolutionary.
I assume you want to be a product for everyone in the long term and not a specialty product. So we've seen brands like Impossible partner with Burger King. Do you see these conventional, larger food service partners being part of your future?
Absolutely, 100%. The vision for our ice cream in the food service world is that, just like you said, if every Burger King has an Impossible Whopper, then every Wendy's or every Sonic's should have a dairy-free shake or a dairy-free cone, and also every Burger King and McDonald's and everyone like that. And the reason is, right, is that whereas the vegetarian and vegan population is quite small, the flexitarian population is massive, about 80% of millennials saying that they're flexitarians. And what's more, 65% of the world's population is lactose intolerant. And so if they're going to have a meat-free option, then these big players should definitely have a dairy-free option.
Also thinking about plant-based burgers, in the plant-based meat alternative set, we've started to hear a little bit of discussion around how are these products actually made? Are they better for me? Is there anything you've learned from seeing that conversation unfold that you plan to apply to Eclipse and how you talk about your product to consumers?
Yeah, I think you bring up a really good point. And as someone that likes to eat very clean, it actually really resonates with me. Like, how do we create products and also message to customers that these products are what they want to eat? So at Eclipse, we start with our base formulation. So our product has no gums, gels, stabilizers, or GMOs. So right off the bat, we're eliminating a lot of the things that people are trying to avoid. On top of that, what we're able to do is, because my co-founder Thomas is one of the world's experts in functional plant proteins, we can really figure out how we can rely on these plants to provide the functionality that we're looking for over like crazy biotech and synthetic biology, right? So Thomas was previously the director of product development at Hampton Creek, so he created Just Mayo, the cookies, he oversaw the team that did the egg, and so he really knows how to create products that mimic their animal counterpart. And then before that, he chefed or staged at a total of 16 Michelin stars around the globe, twice nominated James Beard Rising Star Chef, and it was all under molecular gastronomy. So really the focus of how do we tinker with food to make it do things that we didn't expect it to be able to do. And so really taking that learning and that expertise and creating products that, again, are free from a lot of things that people are concerned with, that allows us to create a product that is, in a very, very exciting way, able to be processed. And we use the word process because it's true, in the same way that dairy is. So we run on those same dairy lines in the same way that you would get ice cream, you get our ice cream. So that sort of familiarity is able to make consumers feel more comfortable, as it should.
What does your plan for entering retail look like?
So 2020 for us is not about retail, it's all about food service. It's all about focusing on how do we get our products to as many locations outside the home as possible. Again, 2020, we talked about getting into QSRs, like that is the long out. And from here where we are now, which is very in the artisanal space and kind of expanding more horizontally into amazing burger joints and chains and things like that, that's really what 2020 is going to look like. And we're excited to launch on that journey.
So when do you start thinking about grocery retail? Why have you taken that off the table for right now?
Yeah, retail is a few years out. You know, in startup land, planning is like, it's a moving target. But we definitely know that we want to focus, right? The most important thing for every startup, and we are a young startup, is to focus. And so we want to focus on doing this food service thing right. If you look at our industry, right, the folks who have done really the best, who have had the best products, have spent a lot of time maturing those products. The Beyond Burger, the Impossible Burger, those are products that spent years and years and years growing because the ceiling for those products was really, really high. And we have no doubt that the ceiling for our soft serve base and our ice cream mix is really, really high. And so realistically, like, do I want to promise the world that we're going to be in every retail shelf tomorrow and we'll have cheese out tomorrow and all of those things? Yes. But realistically, we're going to be focusing on growing this significantly in the next year.
Well, we're excited to see where you grow the brand in 2020 and beyond. And thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us here today. And for those of you watching, stay tuned on NOSH.com for more coverage from the show. Did you enjoy the video? For more from NOSH, hit subscribe and ding the bell.